All right, back here again with the Blitz and the Killer Instinct cabinets that I got at auction. The other one that I got, the black one that was painted black, I put that in storage for a little bit because I just don't have room, as you can see in the garage here. I'm kind of maxed out. So the Killer Instinct really is in fantastic shape. All I did really was just kind of repaint the front of the cabinet. I'm gonna fill in those holes at a later date. They don't really bother me right now. You know, kind of like so it's all nice and smooth like this. I added a few pieces of T-mold. You can see I'm going to do the blue theme again. And I ran out of that, and I also ran out of the purple because when I order the stuff, I order about 40 feet, and yep, you end up using about I think 25 or 30 feet of machine. So I need to order some more. Unfortunately, when I get stuff from like Twisted Quarter, they don't carry the purple; they carry the light blue. So I got to order this from tmolding.com or on eBay. It's just kind of ridiculous because I want to save on shipping. But I'll just kind of walk through the cabinet. The PCB that was in here, right there, I ordered a hard, or actually I didn't order, I had a hard drive from a KI1, and I actually burned the NEIDE boot ROM, and it works great. I tested it on my JAMA rig over there, and it works great. So I installed that, kind of vacuumed in the entire cabinet on the inside. It's super clean in here. And as you can see, the monitor is missing. I just dropped that off today with this one to my monitor guy to have them go through it and make sure that they all work nice and look good and stretch and you know, all that stuff that's important when you're looking at the monitor. So this one, I just need to order, like I said, some T-molding. I have the Lexan for this one here. What I did is I took out all the buttons and joysticks. The joysticks were for crap, so I threw those away. But the buttons, what I've been doing is just cleaning them and basically restoring the buttons. They all work fine. They just need a good cleaning. So I'll soak them in simple green for about 10-15 minutes and then clean them with a hard brush and then just dry them out and put them back together, and they all work great. So it saves a lot of money on these restorations. Plus, if you can reuse parts, I mean, why create more garbage? So all I got to do is order 2 more joysticks and basically install those and wait for the monitor, and pretty much done. The only other thing I need to get is a marquee. I don't really like the aftermarket printed marquees. I like the original ones that are made out of the Translite material like this. So I'll wait until one pops on eBay, a nice one that doesn't have any cracks in it, and pick that up. Then I'll install it and bring it in the house. I got both of them on caster wheels, so they're all nice and easy to move around in the garage. This Blitz, I had a little bit of a problem with it when I took the Lexan off. When I took all this apart, you can see that it ripped off some of the control panel decals, mostly in the green grass area, and then in this here. So I was lucky enough to find a guy on the forums that is selling this entire control panel. The wood, the top, the metal, everything out the door. I pre-printed him a FedEx slip so he doesn't pay the shipping. He just boxed it up, and I gave him, I think, 50 or 60 bucks for the whole panel. So really all I need is this metal top, and his is in very nice shape from what I recall from the pictures. Hopefully when I take the Lexan off that one, it doesn't screw it all up and tear off. But I'm going to reuse the control panel box to redo my MK1 inside and make that a dedicated MK1. And then at some point down the road, you know, build a MAME machine. I'd like to have a custom built MAME with all kinds of artwork and all that stuff on it. I just think it'd look cool. So I'm going to use the existing box on this, but like I said, I'm just going to remove this portion right here and hopefully replace it with the one that comes that's in better shape. Then I'll have to drill the Lexan, which I'm not going to bring it to my shop and have them do it. The piece is over here in the corner, and you can see it's quite worn. And then I have some Lexan in the corner over there that I'll just cut with the Lexan knife, or the Lexan cutting knife, and then drill it out. And I'll show you what a Lexan cutting knife looks like. I got this at Twisted Quarter a couple of years ago, and it works very, very well. You just got to make about 8 to 10 passes like so, and you'll have these like long curly cues of Lexan that come off, and then you just simply fold it in half and it breaks in half. You just got to be careful. I've screwed up quite a bit of Lexan over my time. And it's not cheap. You know, a full sheet is like 60-70 bucks for a full sheet of Lexan. So if you fuck it up and you cut it wrong, you spend a lot of money. And that's why I make them and I have them made and sell them on eBay and the forum. So that's a Lexan cutting knife if you need it. I think it's like $6 or $7 at Twisted Quarter, but I mean, honestly, if you just need one or two, it's easier to just buy it from me and be done with it. So anyways, back to this. Everything on here works as well. The original hard drive is down on the bottom there. Power supply is good. All the original wiring, you know, like here's all the original wiring in here. All original harnesses and everything, which is kind of nice to have instead of hacking up wires and stuff. This one too, same deal. All the original wiring in here, which is kind of nice. And then, you know, the other thing that's nice is both of them are the original metal control panel tops. You know, I don't mind restoring stuff like I did that Street Fighter and adding the artwork. But after a while, it's just nice to have the original control panel and everything original. It just doesn't beat these aftermarket reproductions. So that's pretty much where we are with the Blitz. That's where I am with the Killer Instinct. And I'm just basically waiting on some parts on the monitors and throw them in here and hopefully everything works and I'll bring them both in the house. I'm going to bring the Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition out here. And I'm going to put it right here, right next to the other Big Blue, because I sold my AC/DC. Just never played it anymore. The values seem to be going down on a lot of machines right now since they're remaking Medieval Madness. And I just decided to sell it. I got a good price for it. And that way I can move everything down. And I'll have a lot more room to put the two Big Blues in here that are so large. And I'll put these two in the house. And then hopefully when the Rampage World Tour comes, I'll put that one right there. And that should be it. I can't fit any more games in here. I'm not going to be looking for any games. The only thing I'll do now is just collect the PCBs. I'd like to build a Gauntlet Dark Legacy board over here somehow, and that way I can just unplug it and play it here, or maybe play it in the house on my TV. I got to figure out how to do that. I think there's somebody that has this deal here, and you can run it through your TV, I think, now with this here, but I got to figure out how to do that. That's a project for a later date, but anyways, that's where I'm at. Here's the 49-way joysticks. I'm rebuilding these. These were like $84 a piece or something online. These are crazy expensive. The only thing I don't like about it is you can see the shafts. This one here has a wear mark around here from the disc, the dust washer that goes around. But I mean, really, when it's sitting in there, you won't even really see it, so I don't really care. And I'm not going to play the balls off this game anyway, so it's just more for show than anything else. And then here's some of the buttons that I restored. I mean, they're in nice shape. I mean, it's save $250 a button or whatever they cost. I mean, if you add up all the buttons on a Killer Instinct and a Blitz, you're at like $50-$60 just in buttons plus shipping. So you know, I've decided that it's just easier to restore them unless they're completely unrestorable. And that's about it. So I'll make a video when I put the monitors back in and I get some buttons and joysticks and Lexan and replace that and get some T-molding and coin door locks and hopefully fill in those things. But you know, it's just kind of waiting for parts and things right now. And then when they're all done, I'll bring them in the house, turn them all on, and make a little video of the arcade room. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.